Good morning. When my business partner, Reto, and I started Masters and Savant Worldwide, our goals were clear from the first day. This was true even in the early days when all we had was one orange iMac, which we took turns to use. Our first goal was to make our clients enjoy their experiences with us so much that we would always be their first choice. Our second goal was to have the most creative and non-exploitative studio in South Africa. For example, we've always paid overtime. Our third goal was to take the dreams and ideas and imagine them into reality, which is a great responsibility for our designers. We hope you enjoy.
Greetings, Design Indaba 2009, from all the peeps at Masters and Savant Worldwide. Our objective is not to bore you with the credentials presentation. We want to take you into our confidence, answer your questions of how and why. So we voice recorded our creative team's brainstorming, all the lessons that we've learned, and focused on the three most useful. Playing to strengths.
One of the things I definitely think we should talk about is Euro, because I think what was different about Euro than with other jobs was more than just thinking, what does the client need? We said, okay, looking at the people who are available to work on this job and looking at the strengths that they have, what ideas can we come up with based on these people's strengths? And what's the most kick-ass piece of work we can make? So we knew that Myrna was on the job, and we knew that her strengths were 3D. We had Ed on the job, and he's an awesome matte painter. We had Adrian, and we knew he was good with mocap. And when we were brainstorming ideas, we only came up with stuff that we knew we could pull off really well.
SABC 3 brings you the Euro 2008 Soccer Invasion.
It's a big problem in our industry. When we get the newest and greatest machines and new software and new applications of that software, and you think, cool, how can I use this new gizmo to do this next job? And that's really the purpose of design.
Make your constraints work for you.
What I liked about Musica was that the budgets were tight, but it still looked like a quality job at the end, because some measures were taken to alleviate the workload. Like a lot of it was 2D, a lot of it was black and white. I know that was the original brief from the client, that it be black and white, but it kind of aided the process of getting something that wasn't really big budget come across in a purposefully big budget way. We couldn't do all the things that we wanted to do, so we chose to do it in a style that was purpose-built to accommodate our time and budget.
Experience the magic of the Grammys at home.
with artists like Coldplay, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, and Adele at $149.95 each.
The world awaits.
There is an agency called Grey, an agency filled with cool people, extremely intelligent and good-looking too. Their mission was to shake up the ad world. But to do this, they needed a motto.
How about too many cooks spoil the broth?
No, something more meaningful.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
No, something that expresses our unique way of working, like find the edge.
Yeah, find the edge.
Yeah, so we organized a meeting and discussed what this find the edge thing means to us. It's about being brave, doing things differently, and about our passion for our client's business, about doing creative work that makes everyone go, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, but then we asked ourselves that age-old question that millions before us have asked. But why? And the answer was simple. Because. Yeah, because great creative work sells more products and makes our clients famous and uber-rich.
And us.
Yeah, and then we'll all have Hummers and yachts with landing strips and stuff.
And brand equity and market share.
Exactly. And everyone decided that would be nice, so we set off to find this edge thing.
Found it.
No, that's a hedge.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, and we'd like you to join us.
There's always a big transition and a big gap between what somebody puts in and what somebody else thinks they've got out of it.
It takes huge courage, and that's why that AV won so many awards, because no one else had the balls to do an AV with stickmen, because people go, oh, you can't do that. What's the production value of stickmen? But it's not about the production value. It's about how engaged the viewer is.
Design is about problem solving. What we do is we solve problems, like we get budget, we get creative, and we come up with the best solution. It's not about, I had a much better idea, because it wasn't a better idea, essentially, if it was an idea that couldn't be done.
And you can see that talented designers are the ones who can take a constraint and still do something kick-ass. And they also, they don't overcommit.
It's about being creative within a box.
Veni, vidi, vici. Lights, camera, action. Land, sea, air. Solid, liquid, gas. Gold, silver, bronze. Id, ego, superego. 3 is everywhere. There are 3 types of reasoning: induction, deduction, analogy. Morse code signals are all made of 3s. Even language, the way we communicate, is based in 3s. Sender, messenger, receiver. Subject, verb, object. 3 is perfection. 3-point landings, hat tricks, the triple crown. 3 helps to simplify things. BLT, DVD, SUV, even your ABCs. A woman's measurements are divided into 3. There were 3 musketeers. A genie gives 3 wishes, and we're supposed to eat 3 meals a day. There are only 3 types of galaxies we know of, and we just happen to be the 3rd rock from the sun. 3 is everywhere. ABSA Capital and you, backed by the global resources of Barclays Capital, the power of 3.
That's what peer review does, in my opinion, is it's your conscience almost, the conscience you don't know that you have, checking up on you every day, so as to ensure that you don't really go down the wrong path. And the other designers and animators that are in the meeting room during peer review are your conscience checking up on your thought processes for the previous day and maybe directing you in a better direction.
You make peer review sound so spiritual.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's weird.
It is.
Yeah, your conscience leading you back. I was like...
Yeah, no, look, I hate peer review. I hate peer review as much as I hate life, but I mean, life is good to you, you know, so you need it. It's the same thing with music. You know, you have a vision for a project, and, you know, you're forced to allow other people to integrate their vision into your project simply because you don't have time to control the whole thing. And often at the end, you're really surprised at the outcome, because they're just things where they're just places where your brain doesn't go as an individual.
So you're saying that we're like rock stars, we're like a band, There's a whole group of us, and one of us is really good at doing that, and the other one's really good at doing that, and we all come together and we...
Pro Neutro Power Pack with Possibility.
My taal was misbruik as a symbol van oppression. Now I use it as a tool to bring you a lesson. I won't forget the price they were willing to pay when they took to the streets so we'd be free someday. So many young warriors all taken in their prime, but their spirit lives on and moves in time with mine. So on June 16, a day of great celebration, I'll yak my old school tie in commemoration. As an act of remembrance, wear your old school tie on June 16. Remember why. It's all good.
Every day in this country, 1 in 6 women are abused. It's time to fight back. Not with guns and bombs, but with something 1,000 tanks could not destroy. Humanity. Join First for Women and Jacaranda 94.2 for the Sisters with Blisters walk. Go to these websites for details and be a part of the solution. Sisters with Blisters, fighting abuse, one step at a time.
Through the skies and round your eyes and in the pockets of the time, a meeting place by night. Secret covered swans that are used to make their own mosaics. A ceremony comes, an exponential fate. Shows. The stitches of space that slowly coming down. The dance of the cosmos shows. I burn so alone.
That's it. Thank you.